Right now, as you watch this, an invisible force is gathering beneath the surface of the crypto market. The headlines are focused on the obvious, the loud noises. But the true ground-shaking seismic event? It's being ignored. Most people are completely dangerously unprepared for what's coming next. We're not talking about a small ripple. We're talking about a tidal wave that will redefine wealth for those who understand its origins. Are you ready for the unprecedented shift that's about to propel assets like XRP, HBAR, SUI, and XLM into a truly parabolic ascent? Because I'm about to show you the hidden signals, the critical data points that prove no one is ready for this next move. The crypto market currently hovers around $3.75 trillion. An impressive figure, no doubt. Yet, the altcoin season index sits at a mere 31 out of 100. This isn't just a number, it's a diagnostic reading, telling us the market's true potential is still largely untapped. Bitcoin just rocketed past $122,000, and the moves are getting faster, more volatile, almost like a patient's heart rate accelerating right before a critical recovery. This increasing volatility isn't a sign of danger, it's a symptom of immense energy building, getting ready to discharge. I'm going to lay out the precise roadmap for what's coming, revealing why the short-term noise doesn't matter, and how this next explosive move will directly impact your portfolio. Mainstream media is obsessed with Bitcoin. And for good reason. Its volume is up a staggering 180% to almost 290% in the last 24 hours. BlackRock's Spot Bitcoin ETF has become its most profitable ETF, sucking in $50 billion since January, now holding over $155 billion in assets. This is Wall Street's dream. But here's the critical question. If Bitcoin is dominating the headlines, consuming all the oxygen, and yet altcoin season is still barely registering, what vital seismic shift are they missing? What major market player is quietly preparing its own explosive move, unnoticed by the masses, which will serve as the true catalyst for the altcoin surge, including XRP Today news? Yes, Bitcoin's setup is undeniably bullish. It's in full price discovery, not retail-driven, but powered by colossal institutional demand and short squeezes. BlackRock's IBIT fund topping $83 billion assets makes it one of the fastest-growing ETFs in U.S. history. This Wall Street endorsement does provide a spotlight on crypto as a whole, validating the space. But here's the uncomfortable truth they're not telling you. This overwhelming focus on Bitcoin is a misdirection. While Wall Street celebrates Bitcoin, they are actively ignoring the very next trigger point. This tunnel vision is about to cost them dearly, because the real fuse for the altcoin explosion, including XRP, is being lit right under their noses by another giant. And that brings us to the elephant in the room that everyone is completely dangerously avoiding: Ethereum. While mainstream media is fixated on Bitcoin, Ethereum is quietly outperforming it on the 7-day and 30-day charts. But here's the bombshell: Ethereum shorts are currently at all-time highs. Imagine a massive, coiled spring, or a pressure cooker where the steam has been building for too long. This isn't just a technical anomaly, it's the setup for a massive short squeeze that will send Ethereum stratospheric. But what deeper, more fundamental market forces are aligning to not only propel Ethereum, but to then trigger the next unstoppable phase of altcoin growth, making cryptocurrency news headlines for entirely new reasons, involving XRP and beyond? This isn't theory, it's market mechanics. Ethereum leverage shorts are at record highs, and yet, no one is talking about the surging Ethereum ETF inflows. They just hit an all-time high last Friday, now holding over $8 billion. Last week alone saw over $98 million in ETH ETF inflows, the strongest week this year. ETH has surged 20% in less than 2 weeks, mirroring this demand. The digital oil narrative is gaining traction, regulatory clarity is growing, and tokenization is exploding. This convergence is fueling demand. Just last Thursday, Ethereum ETFs saw $383 million in inflows, the second largest in history. Do you hear that sound? That's the sound of Phase 2 officially starting. Altcoin holders have no idea what's about to hit their portfolios. Every prior cycle, everyone focused on Bitcoin, then altcoins stole the show. This time, with ETFs accelerating, it's no different. The cryptocurrency news will soon be dominated by Ethereum's parabolic rise, which is the direct signal for altcoins to go absolutely insane. So if Bitcoin is the initial tremor, and Ethereum is the escalating rumbling, what happens when that energy is fully unleashed into the altcoin market? We've already seen hints. XRP up 30% in the last 7 days. XLM up 81%. SUI up 35%. HBAR up over 51%. These aren't just numbers, they're the initial tremors of what's coming. But these are merely the warm-up act. What unique catalysts, what underlying infrastructure, will propel these specific altcoins from impressive gains to truly parabolic, life-changing moves? And why is no one truly prepared for the sheer velocity of this next wave, especially for XRP Today news? Some of these altcoins, like XLM, have already hit higher time frame resistance and are pulling back slightly. But this isn't a sign of weakness, it's healthy price action. Think of it like an athlete's recovery after an intense workout, a necessary cool-down period before the next, even more powerful exertion. The market is consolidating, gathering energy for its next big push. And here's the crucial factor. This immense growth, this gathering storm, is happening while retail interest is still at massive lows compared to 2021. You won't see crypto apps trending #1 on the app stores, nor will Google Trends show explosion in searches for altcoins to buy. This means the smart money, the institutions, the whales, are still accumulating quietly, efficiently. They are filling their bags before the inevitable flood of retail money comes rushing in, which will then send these assets, including XRP, into the stratosphere. So if Bitcoin and Ethereum are creating the liquidity, and altcoins are already showing initial strength, what's the final piece of the puzzle that unleashes the full, untamed power of altcoin season? It's a metric most retail investors completely overlook: Bitcoin dominance. While everyone is still focused on Bitcoin's individual price, its dominance, its share of the total crypto market, is showing undeniable signs of weakness. We've talked about this trend being lost since early July. But what happens if this trend continues, if Bitcoin dominance falls below 60%? And how does this specific drop unlock the greatest altcoin run in history, turning whispers of cryptocurrency news into a roar? Bitcoin dominance is currently at 64.58%, and it's been losing ground. This isn't random, it's a direct result of Ethereum gaining pace, outperforming Bitcoin, and drawing massive ETF inflows, all while Bitcoin shorts are at historical highs. This creates the perfect narrative for Ethereum's Phase 2 to take hold, directly leading to altcoins going parabolic. I've been saying for weeks and months that July is the month where everything turns to altcoins. It's happening right now. It might not be loud enough yet for the average person to notice a 100% plus surge in their altcoin portfolio overnight, but the gears are turning. By the end of this month, I fully expect altcoins to look completely different. We will be firmly in Phase 2, and Bitcoin dominance should be trading at or even under 60%. This isn't a guess, it's the culmination of months of market diagnostics and trend analysis. This shift in dominance is the liberation for XRP, HBAR, SUI, XLM, and countless others. So we have Bitcoin pushing highs, we have Ethereum entering its explosive Phase 2, and we have Bitcoin dominance weakening, creating the ideal environment for altcoins. But what's the ultimate driving force behind this entire next move? It's the sheer unprecedented amount of liquidity that Bitcoin and Ethereum are currently generating. Think of it like two massive reservoirs filling up, creating immense pressure. The question is, when do these reservoirs overflow, and how will that cascading flood of capital transform small-cap altcoins into giants overnight, turning XRP Today news into global headlines? Bitcoin and Ethereum are creating a massive flood of liquidity. This isn't theoretical, it's a quantifiable reality. Their surging prices, driven by institutional demand and ETF inflows, generate immense capital. This capital then, inevitably, flows down into the broader altcoin market, much like a river swelling and overflowing its banks, nourishing every stream and tributary. This is the mechanism that will surge all altcoin charts significantly higher. The setup right now is beyond bullish. We are not just at the precipice, we are in the initial moments of the most significant altcoin run in recent memory. This is the definitive start of Phase 2, where your focus should shift. While cryptocurrency news might still be stuck on Bitcoin, the smart money, and now you know that the real show, the parabolic moves, are about to happen in altcoins like XRP, HBAR, SUI, and XLM. And no one is truly ready for the speed at which this will unfold. The stage is set. The signals are undeniable. Bitcoin dominance is falling, Ethereum is surging, and a monumental wave of liquidity is about to crash into the altcoin market. This isn't just a market cycle, it's a recalibration of wealth. XRP, long suppressed, long accumulated by whales in the shadows, is now at the absolute epicenter of this impending explosion. Its unique position, its institutional backing, and its readiness for real-world utility make it a prime candidate for a move that will defy all expectations. This is the XRP ignition point. The next move won't be incremental, it will be parabolic. And for those who have weathered the storm, for those who understood the long-term play, this is your moment. The initial moves you've seen in assets like HBAR, SUI, and XLM, those were just the warm-up. The main event, the true surge, is about to begin. No1 is ready for this next move. But you are, because you have the data. By the end of this month, the altcoin market will look completely different. The gains will not be 30% or 50%, they will be multiples of that. Mainstream media will only catch on when it's too late, when the pumps are already well underway, and the average investor is left chasing the peak. This is the advantage of understanding the underlying mechanics, of seeing the truth beyond the headlines. You've heard the cryptocurrency news and you've seen the charts. You know the setup. The question is, will you be prepared to capitalize on it? Or will you be among the majority who stand on the sidelines, watching in disbelief as the market makes its most powerful, decisive move yet? You now possess the insight to navigate this monumental shift. You understand why XRP, HBAR, SUI, XLM, and countless other altcoins are on the cusp of a parabolic breakout, and why no one is truly ready for it. This isn't just about making money, it's about seizing your financial destiny, about understanding the future of finance before it becomes history. If this video has armed you with the clarity and conviction you needed, then do two things right now. Smash that like button, and hit subscribe and the bell notification icon so you never miss another critical update that can change your life. And if you're ready to pinpoint the absolute best altcoin opportunities for the fastest, most explosive returns in this coming surge, then you must watch my next video. I reveal the top 3 altcoins primed for 100x returns after XRP's next move. The link is on your screen now and in the description below. Don't be left behind. Your future starts now. Click that video, and let's secure your freedom.